Hello, I'm going to show you how to make some wings. I've cut this shape out already, but I think I want to make it, my wings are going to go up. I think I want to make it a bit smaller here, so I'm just going to do that now. But yeah, you just need to cut your shape that you want out of cardboard. And once you've done that, you're ready to go on to the next stage, which is to paint them. And I'm cutting them together, so it's the same on both sides. So it's like that. When you open it up, it's like that. You hold them together, equal. The next stage I'm going to do is to paint them. I'm going to paint them with this gold stick, iridescent antique gold colour. You can use any paint you want. Just going to go ahead and do that now. If you are going to use a paint acrylic stick like this, it looks like that, white tip. You have to shake it and hold it down until the colour, as you can see, it's starting to fill up a little bit. Until it's completely immersed in the colour. And then you just literally paint. So I'm going to do that now. And once you've done that, just let it dry. After you've done your first coat, you're just going to want to set it aside and let it dry. The reason I prefer using the pen is that it just seems like less cleanup work. It's more precise, it dries quicker, and I just find it way more convenient than using paintbrushes and acrylic paint in general, even though it is still acrylic paint. I just prefer the application method of using a pen. I think they're great. As you can see, this is just one coat that's still wet, but it's really high coverage and the kind of gold that I'm looking to have for my wings. You can use a hairdryer if you want to speed up the drying process of the paint, which I've just done. This shape kind of looks like two legs, kind of like going up. Don't worry about it being too messy because this is just the base. You're going to stick feathers over it, so you're not really ever going to see this. I just wanted to do it. Now that the other side is done, just hit it with the hairdryer to dry it off, and then you can go on to the second coat for both sides. This is what we've got so far. This is two coats on both sides. And as you can see, the coverage of this paint is just absolutely awesome. And the colour is just lovely. It's like antique, gold, Versailles, royal, blissful gold. Yeah. So I'm going to leave this to dry overnight, even though it's dry with the hairdryer, but it's just to make sure that it's fully hardened, and tomorrow we will stick on the first of the feathers. So I have opted to go for different types of feathers. So for the longer ones, which I'm going to stick like that on the side, these ones, I think they're goose ones, and then the smaller ones to fill out, I got these ones. So you can get the longer ones in packs of 5, and these ones are, I think, packs of 10. So I've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think I've got 30 long ones and like 300 small ones. So to start, I'm just going to get some scissors and nip the end off. So it's reduce the weight. And I'm just going to stick that so it matches on the top like that with hot glue. It's a bit hard to show you, but just like here. and then you just got to hold it in place and glue around the bottom so it kind of definitely holds it. This is probably the longest part. And then you just repeat that going down in layers, which I'll show you, and I'll try and just do one side so it doesn't take like 45 minutes, an hour. Yeah. Once you've got the 5 stuck on, you want to put them a bit so they're kind of coming off to give you that kind of wing look. And you can go in and fill them up. So just to show you exactly what I'm doing, just cutting the feather, the stick off, getting the glue, and I'm just deciding where to put the feather, and then I'm going to glue where I want it to be held. Like so. And I'm just sticking the feather down to create a kind of next level of the feather. And then I just put a bit of glue over the bottom to keep it there. And just hold it in place until it dries. And I'm literally just doing that line after line after line, filling in the same direction so that we get a nice end result. When you have gotten most of it on and you've only got this last little kind of section left, leave that like I've done on this side. You want to leave this section till the last, so you only want to follow this pattern going in the same direction and leave this much space, because we'll come back to this in a moment. So what you want to do is now repeat what we've done on this side on the last remaining side. So yeah, stick your long ones on first and then fill in with the shorter ones. So once you've glued your feathers on both sides, you want to make sure that you've left a little bit. This is to reinforce it, as you see it's quite heavy with glue and feathers now. That's what we're looking like so far. Obviously you can change the position of the feathers if you want them more spiky coming out. I kind of like how I've got mine. The next step is to attach the braces, which will be what secures the wings to your back, like the straps. I've got some gold elastic something for this job and to reinforce the back panel. So depending on what side you want to wear your feathers, whatever side you like most, just pick a side and work from that. I think I'm going to go, I think I want this side to be what people will see. So I'm going to work from this side. So obviously depending on how big your shoulders and your back are will depend on the length that you need to cut, but I'm measuring it by doing it around my leg. As you can see, I've come to that part, so I'm going to do that much and cut it there. So you want to just cut and then measure that out again so it's equal. Make sure there's no slack and then cut. And there you have your straps. So get a bit of the excess that we cut off from the shape, and I'm going to put mine here.
tear it off. Like that. This is for extra security. Now you want to be able to make sure that if you want to be able to bend your wings, that you give it a bit of elasticity. But I'm quite happy with mine. I don't mind if they bend or if they don't. So first things first, glue it down in the middle. And let that dry before we move on to the next part. Now you can do the same on the bottom, which I recommend. Just want to make sure I got it in the right place. Yep. That's okay. Just give it a little bend as well, just to when it's kind of dry, and because that will make sure that we've got the right amount of give within, so that when you put it on, it doesn't rip off. Once it's pretty set, you want to grab your fastener and stick it down underneath that. So you want to put glue all on the bottom, line it with glue. Now you kind of want it closer to the edge, depending on the width of your back. I'm just going to glue mine there and make sure it's kind of stuck in under it, because you really want that bit to be very secure. And then the same goes for the other side. Go in and just fasten the bottom ones like so, so it kind of goes in a hoop. So now that we have our braces attached, the back side, you want to go in and continue on with our feather process. We want to make them shorter until we reach the middle. Right, once you've filled in the back, remember this is the front bit and it's still not been done yet. Once you've filled in the back, working towards the gold gap in the middle, what you want to do is cut some feathers. So basically you don't want to see any of the gold paint. So all of the gold paint you want to be covered. You want to finish off with a feather just covering it like that, basically. And that will just conceal any and all of the gold paint, and it just kind of, it's like a finishing touch. So I don't know if you can see here, but I've kind of left a little bit of the gold paint here and done like a star kind of shape around it. So I've been filling it out into like a circle, which I'll cover with a feather, like a long, just one long feather. And then that is pretty much the project done. Obviously, I will show you the end result, but that's how the back is looking. So to seal it in, you just put a feather going down, a feather going up, and then I'm just going to put one last feather right in the center, like that, just here. Remember, this part's going to be on your back, so no one's really going to see this section. But you want it to be comfortable, so it's not stabbing you in the back. So make sure you trim the ends of your feathers so they don't stab you in the back. Like the top, like down the sides, and just seal in any feathers there. Just make sure they're all secure, how you want them to be. Check for any blemishes, you see. There's one just here. I'm going to cover that with another feather going down, and then we're pretty much all good. So this is what they look like on. They're pretty good. This is the front. This is the back. I don't know if you can see. I can't really see very well, but that's the back. And this is the front. So they're pretty sturdy. I love them, and we're happy with that. Yeah. So if you want to make these wings yourself, just follow the video. Thank you for watching, and may peace and love be with you.